Who's feeling adventurous?
I'm going to be your river guide for this trip. Any of you been on a kayak before?
Hi, I'm Sophia Jessica, and this is Angel, and welcome to the fan carpet.
Hi, Ella, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? It's nice to meet you.
You too. It's such a pleasure to speak to you today. Yeah, like I mentioned before, I've been wanting to talk to you for a while, since they announced you as the new Rebecca Gold.
I know.
Uh, so it's
It's been
been
a
a
long
while.
time now, hasn't it?
Has been, yeah. I'm looking forward to the second season of that. I watched the trailer for it. Last night I rewatched it.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of clips as well on the YouTube channel. So looking forward to seeing where it goes. So yeah.
Yeah, it should be good. I think Ian actually announced that it was going to be made into a feature, so
Oh,
that should be
okay.
cool.
All
Yeah,
right. Nice. Okay.
he's made that decision, so you can send it off to all the film festivals, and I think it'll be, I think it'll be beneficial as a feature. So yeah, it'll be
All
good
right.
fun.
Awesome.
See how it all
Yeah.
comes together.
Looking forward to that. All right. So I'll just jump straight in. So if we go back to the beginning, was there a defining moment for you to get into the industry?
Well, I've always been in performing arts. I've got a dance background, so I've always done musical theatre and been on stage since I was maybe 5 years old. My mum initially pushed me into it because I was quite a shy kid, so she wanted to throw me into it, and it turns out I wasn't shy, and I love being performing in front of people and meeting new people and stuff. So yeah, I kind of went from there into musical theatre, and then as soon as I graduated from college, from training, I decided that I wanted to go more into film and television, and it's kind of progressed from there really. So I've always been in the performing arts. It's always been something that's been deep rooted into me.
Awesome. So what can you tell us about River Blood and what it was about Maya that made you want to tell this story and bring her to life?
I think for me, initially, when I read the script, it was there were very empowering women in it. So like it was really the women that were kind of empowered all the way through it and were so strong. And I really liked how Maya kind of portrayed her strength and resilience all the way through it. And she did that with a great team as well. And the script kind of got changed a little bit along the filming, but all for the better, because as once we kind of like gelled together as actors, we thought, oh, maybe this could progress this way and this way. So it was kind of fun seeing it change and develop even as we were filming. But yeah, she was a very strong character, and she went through quite an emotional journey with her husband, and to even come out the other end with all the emotional impact all the way through, as
Mm.
well as being in a Thai jungle, with all of the craziness happening. Yeah, I think it was her strength that was the main thing that drew me to her.
Awesome. Yeah, that's kind of indicative for Howard's projects because see the Ledge and the Escape, which you're also in. So,
Yeah,
yeah, powerful women, which is great.
yeah, it is
Always.
brilliant.
Yeah. So what does it mean for you to be a storyteller and tell stories in this way?
It means everything to me. I think there are a lot of stories that need to be told, and I think, I mean, I even think back to COVID times and lockdown. We all relied on film, and we all relied on entertainment to
Mm.
kind of either a distraction for whatever was happening, or to portray really purposeful, meaningful things that are happening in, a way that people can connect to. So yeah, I think it's so powerful, and there's been so many times when I've been moved by a performance, and it's made me think about my own life and who I am as a person, and you know, yeah, I think it's super powerful. I watched Jodie Comer do her one woman play in London. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, I
Um,
haven't. Not
oh,
yet.
it is incredible. It's and she kind of portrayed real life subjects um through this character and through her journey, and it was one of those that you're watching like, wow, okay, I need to either research a little bit more into it, or yeah. So I think it's so powerful, and I think that's all from watching other amazing artists kind of tell brilliant stories,
Mm.
really.
Absolutely. So how was it reuniting with the cast and crew of Witch and Escape? And what do you think makes Howard such a fantastic filmmaker? And Sarah an incredible lead?
Oh, wow. Wow. It was amazing. I mean, it's such a small industry, and I absolutely love how small it is because you always end up working with the same people and having so many amazing stories to tell. I mean, I was lucky enough to have a small role in which, introduced me to Mark and introduced me to Sarah and some amazing, amazing performers. And
Mhm.
then getting to work with them again on a much more personal level was incredible. And, you kind of make friends for life. It's a journey that you go through that only each other understand. So you kind of like bonded in that way. So yeah, it was incredible. I feel very lucky to be able to work with such an incredible cast, definitely. And
Awesome.
Howard, he's
Yeah,
just one of a kind.
he
He
is.
truly he throws himself into any project that he has, and the passion that he has for everything that he does is so inspiring. His energy is magnetic, like you're just drawn to it. So yeah, as an actor, like it's brilliant to be around because he really draws the best out of you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that I always hear that. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to say that I've spoken to him a few times and can call him a friend. So it's always nice to hear good people doing good things. So yeah,
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
wonderful. So do you have any memories from filming River of Blood that stand out to you, something you won't forget?
Any moments?
Yeah,
Oh,
memorable
there's
moments.
so many. Well, for me, it was my first time in Thailand, so that was just an incredible experience, just full stop. I mean, I remember one day being at set because we were obviously filming in the jungle, and where we were filming at this point, we were next to an elephant sanctuary. So there'd be so many times where we're just having lunch on set, and then a big elephant just walks past us, and kind of is eyeing up our food and things like that. And it was moments like that to experience in Thailand that were really surreal. And then, yeah, I mean, I think for me, it pushed me as an actor because, we were against the elements. We were in a climate that was quite hot that I wasn't quite used to. And also, we did all our own stunts. So I remember this one moment where we have to kind of like jump off a cliff into some water. And when I read it in the script, I thought, oh, well, this will be faked, probably. It was
Not with Howard.
not.
Yeah, not with Howard.
Not with Howard. And once Howard's done it, he was like, no, 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 come on, guys, I'll do it. Like, I'll show you that it's all good. And me and Sarah are there, like, oh God. But yeah, because he's throwing himself into it, we'll look at each other like, okay, well, I guess we're jumping off a cliff now. So yeah, loads of amazing moments like that.
Yeah, it's awesome. I guess that helps with keeping the adrenaline up, right? Because you have to in those sort of heightened reality films like River
Yeah.
of Blood, you have to show that it is life or death because that's what you're
Yes.
portraying, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And there was loads of moments in it, that we kind of like put ourselves in this situation because you when you're in the location and you're in kind of like the state of mind of what it could be like. It is, you do feel that adrenaline for real, especially when we were doing night shoots in the dark and you could hear the monkeys in the trees and you're like, oh, we're actually are in the Thai jungle, like, so yeah, it definitely pushes you to kind of go off of that natural emotion, really.
Awesome. So what are you hoping audience will take away from River of Blood when they see it?
I'm hoping they'll follow us all the way through it in all the emotional ups and downs of kind of like the action pack of being chased through the jungle and having this urgency, but also seeing kind of like the value of friendships and the kind of the character bonds that we had within the film. I hope they capture them moments as well and really see that even they were fighting for life and death, we had very real things going on as well.
Mhm.
And I hope they see the strength and empowerment that each character had until the end. You know, because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, if you're put in a real situation with your friends, you'd hope that love and everything kind of like follows through. So yeah, there's loads to take from it. And even though it's quick pace and fast action, yeah, I hope they're gripped till the end.
Awesome. What does the future hold for River Blood, and do you feel that there are more stories to tell within this world?
Yeah, I believe so. I hope so. I definitely think that it's something that could progress, and I definitely think that the characters could progress 100%. Um, Obviously, selfishly, I would love to go back to Thailand. So hopefully, there's more to tell and more action to see. You know, for all of the gory horror fans out there, it definitely pleases. So hopefully, there's more of that.
Awesome. Yeah, working on like real locations, that's got to be something that really appeals to you as a performer instead of performing to nothing with a green screen.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I've experienced both, and I think getting to be able to be in the actual moment of these locations and kind of like breathe the air that you'll be breathing and come across all the different obstacles of the elements and stuff like that, I think is a really, I feel really grateful that I get to travel for work. Super, super grateful because you get to, you know, meet new people, different cultures, and yeah, it's all a part of the movie making. Definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I know that like green screen technology has like kind of like gotten better with like the volume that they use a lot for Star Wars and things like that. But you can't beat being on a being off a
You'll
real
say,
ledge
no, definitely,
or
definitely
in
not.
or in a real
Yeah,
jungle. Um,
yeah.
so you've mostly done horror. Is that the genre that you gravitate towards most, or is there a genre that you haven't done yet that you'd like to?
I do love horror. I think it's a lot of fun. And like you say, you get to go to really fun locations. And, you know, as a performer, I really like raw emotion. And I think horror kind of just gets straight to that. But also, I would love to be able to do more psychological thrillers. So it still has the element of horror within it, but
Mhm.
it's a little bit more, you have to grasp the audience in an intellectual kind of way to kind of portray your emotion even more. So yeah, I think psychological thrillers would be something that I'd love to do. And more fantasy, in fantasy worlds. I think that's also really fun.
Awesome. Yeah, I watched the trailer for Unhinged
Mm.
yesterday as well, so that looked interesting. But I think
Yes.
that is that more of a slasher? I'm not quite sure. Um,
Yes, I think so. I think it's because it's more well, it's like the adaptation of the original. So
mhm.
they kind of like really worked on that sort of horror that was a little bit more tongue in cheek, kind of yeah, kind of vibe. It was really
Okay.
good fun.
Yeah. When you were on you on a real location, it looked like
Oh yeah,
so.
beautiful manor house.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Awesome.
lovely.
Um, so you've been involved in some short films like Kira, if this is it, as well as your debut in Lotus. Do you
Mhm.
approach the characters differently if they're in short if it's in short films?
No, not really. I think it is just as much important to me to kind of like have a full view of who the character is, their background, and how basically I want to make the audience feel and what I want to make them see. So Kira was really good fun. That was a completely different experience for me because that was motion picture. I've never done mocap before. It was like a completely different experience to storytell, but even more, like even bigger. It was almost like I was going back to my musical theatre roots because it was very movement based. So
Hmm.
whatever emotion and action that I was in, it had to be portrayed more with the physical element. So that was really fun to do, and that was really challenging as well. So yeah, I would love to do more mocap in the future,
Awesome.
100%.
Wonderful. Yeah, and that's another side of the industry that is just like It was around long, it was around for a bit before Andy Serkis, but he kind of really pioneered it, didn't he? So
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Gollum, which even to this day is one of my favorite characters, Gollum.
Yeah.
So yeah. So are there any other aspects of the industry that you'd like to pursue? You mentioned your musical theatre background. Is that something you'd like to get back to?
Yeah, I mean, I always love dancing and I do still do some elements of movement. So some jobs will require actors who can move, so I get to bring in my training with that. I do a lot of commercial work as well. So I did Marks and Spencer's commercial where I had to be a dancer, and that was fun because I got to, get out the old moves again. So yeah, it's something that I would never put down, and I would never close the door to because I love dance and I love movement. Yeah, so I would always open up the opportunities if they came.
Wonderful. And with the popularity of streaming services like your Netflix and like Tubi's on the rise as well, what do you think the future of cinema is?
I'm not sure. It's a tricky one. I'm hoping because obviously everything is very fast paced at the moment,
Mm,
and people are expecting so much more, so much quicker. So maybe like the value of production is going down a little bit, but I hope that people kind of see the importance of great film, great cinema, and maybe we might peak with this fast pace, need to churn out TV and film. And then I'm hoping people will want to have the connection back, want to have the high quality production. Yeah, I see it happening more and more, especially with the vertical series. I don't know if you've heard about those.
I have
Um,
my friend Sophie's in a lot of those. Sophie
yes, I
Rankin.
have. Yeah, I did. Sophie, she's so lovely. I haven't seen her in so
Yeah,
long. I hope she's well.
yeah.
Yeah, I recently did a vertical series and it was such a fun experience, but also, it was kind of like the element of, oh, okay, is this where maybe it's going now? So yeah, it's interesting.
Mm.
Everything's always changing and development, but I do hope that proper movie making cinema magic still stays.
Absolutely. I heard about a film festival. I can't remember what they're called. But I heard about a film festival where they just I think they're called the Vertical Film Festival.
Mm.
Because they've taken a cinema screen and they've turned it vertically,
Oh,
um,
wow.
so that they can play these films. Which is an interesting way to go, I suppose. But in order for that to happen, you kind of need to, because of the way because of the way people sit in the cinema, there's
Yeah,
that incline, you would miss the bottom. So
yeah.
I'm not quite,
You
yeah,
miss
that,
so much of it
yeah,
anyway. Like the
mm,
establishing shot of anything is missed.
yeah,
Um, like I just, yeah, I don't. It's shot very differently and it's shot very fun, but I think it is mainly for phones and that quick pace sort of world. I don't think it should come to cinema.
yeah. The ones I've watched, so like Sophie was in one that I was watching, can't remember the name of it. And yeah, like they're like 2 to 3 minutes chunks
Yeah,
that you're watching, and then yeah,
yeah,
so it's like one scene.
yeah.
So it's essentially watching one scene of a film each time. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no, pretty much. And their scenes are usually like epic with full of emotion because they need to keep people's attention for the next one. As an actor, it's really fun to perform, and you kind of like it's a bit of a boot camp because you need the emotions high always. But as an audience, I don't know if it would be too unrealistic. I don't know, but we'll see.
yeah, it's like a telenovela in that sense with the high-end emotions, like a
Yeah.
soap, which is nice. I mean, like to this day, I still watch Neighbours. So
Oh yeah, there you go. We all love a bit of drama, so.
yeah, absolutely. Why not? Um, so what are you working on next that you can tell us about? I know that you're the lead in Rebecca Gold.
Yes, so that is the project that is ongoing at the moment. We're so close to finishing. Yeah, it's been a long journey, but we're I've had so much fun doing it, and it's been a character that I've kind of grown with. Because we've done it for so long, me and Ian usually joke that I'm aging throughout of it. But yeah, I've learned so much. I mean, I've learned stage combat, I've learned how to fight, like I've done so much on it that I'm so thankful for. So I'll be sad when it ends, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it all come together. So that will be the next bit of filming that I will probably do. Will be the ending of Rebecca Gold. So
Okay,
yeah,
awesome. How did you casting for Rebecca come about, and did you meet Casey?
I
You
would love
haven't?
to. I would love to meet Katie. I'm hoping she'll be here when we screen it.
Yeah, oh,
But,
she's lovely. She's
oh
lovely.
yeah,
Yeah.
so no, basically I worked with Ian before, and he kind of just said, look, this role has come up and I think you'd be really good for it. And I watched the whole of the previous season, and I said to Ian, what would you like me to do with this character? Would you like me to try and follow on from Katie? Would you like me to just completely recreate it as my own? And he was like, I want you to recreate it as your own, how you would, come into it, because I think me and Katie naturally are very different
Hmm.
performers. So yeah, he just kind of like gave me the reins to it and was like, please do whatever you feel you can do with it. And it's been really fun. I've loved it.
Yeah,
Really have.
that's awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing season two, or what you said it was going to be made into a feature. So looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um, so who inspires you in the industry?
Oh, so many people inspire me. I think probably an actress that I look to a lot for kind of like guidance in the way I perform is who I mentioned earlier, Jodie Comer.
Hmm.
I think she's such a beautiful, natural actress. It really comes from kind of like raw emotion, and yeah, she just portrays every character she plays perfectly.
Mm.
And I've kind of like followed um, her whole career really, because she's kind of similar age to me. So yeah, I've kind of followed her all the way through, and I just, yeah, seeing her perform live was just incredible. So she's someone that really inspires me in the industry.
That's awesome. Yeah, she was. It's prima facie that she was in on theatre,
Yes,
but
that's it.
the first thing I saw her in was Free Guy. I've obviously seen Killing Eve, but she's so effortless when it comes to when it comes to the accents, and like especially because she can just like slip into them like um, so
Yeah,
easily, and like in one scene she could be speaking like four or five different
yeah,
dialects. It's wonderful.
yeah.
Have you done any
Which is
accent work, or is that something you'd like to do?
Yeah, I would like to improve on it more. I mean, naturally, we have, standard RP and then standard American is kind of like the main accents that I'm kind of like go towards. But yeah, I would love to be able to kind of like have a character that I could really develop and, learn a new accent and stuff like that. That's something that's definitely like on my to-do list that I'd like to improve on for sure.
Awesome, awesome. So just finally, where can we find you online to keep up with everything you're doing?
So my main form of social media is Instagram. That was kind of like my main page that I do. You'll see that I'll also kind of post a lot of my modeling career as well on there. But yeah, it'll be modeling, acting, commercial work, all on my Instagram. I try and keep it as up to date as possible.
Awesome. How's the modeling side of things going?
Yes, it's good. It's really good. Thank you. It's something that I've done all the way through my acting career, training. It's kind of like the bread and butter. I get to meet a lot of people that are also in the industry, in the acting game as well. So yeah, it's good fun, and it also allows me to travel and meet new people. So it's kind of like a nice little side hustle alongside acting as well. It balances each other out. So it's good. Thank you.
Awesome. So where in the world would you like to go that you haven't been yet?
I really want to go to Sri Lanka, and I am actually going to Sri Lanka, so I'm so
Okay.
excited.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
it's been at the top of my list for so long, and usually January time is a little bit of a slower time in the industry,
Hmm.
so I am heading to Sri Lanka. So yeah, we have to let you know
Okay.
how it is.
Was that that is that a holiday, or is that part of it? Is that a job?
No, a holiday, just a little bit of traveling. Yeah, I absolutely love traveling. When I finished filming for River of Blood, I actually stayed and I carried on traveling in Cambodia,
Okay,
just because I loved the culture so much. And I was like, oh, I need to see more. So yeah, I actually stayed a little bit
lovely.
longer over New Year to Cambodia. Yeah, so Sri
Okay.
Lanka's next.
Awesome. All right. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure and an absolute joy for me because, yeah, it's been on my list for a very long time to speak to you.
Oh,
Yeah, congratulations with the film. I look forward to whatever you do next and seeing Rebecca Goldnick finally comes out.
yeah, thank you so
All
much,
right.
Mark. It's been lovely.
All right. Look after yourself. Take care.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram for more content. Bye for now.
Somebody!
You have to get out of here.
No. No, no, no!
Why don't you show what you can do? I hear a siren. Maybe you were wrong about me. I'm dangerous and still. Why don't you give me a sign, like the sea that leads a trail along that shore? It's not your problem, it's mine. Everybody thinks that I'm okay. Sometimes I think I am too. I'm on the outside looking in, I'm waiting for the shockwaves to begin. Oh, won't you let me hold you for one time? Just a rainy day in a London cafe, a London cafe. So give me one last serenade. Say to me, or swear at me till the night turns into day. And it was a shame when daylight faded, because we didn't notice at all.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.